Help me, Dr. Lee. What does a clinical pharmacist do in coverage determination in 2 minutes or less? Typical viewers are only watching my videos up to 1 minute and 30 seconds. I am the person that approves or denies prior authorizations. If the denial is no bueno for the patient, they can appeal the decision and have a physician override my decision. So this is what I do in a typical day. I walk in, I log in, I see a long list, and I work that queue until nothing's left. So typically I open up an instance or a case. It's one person, one doctor, one medication. I verify that everything's correct. I open up a pharmacy client to see what the pharmacy is running, to see if there's a rejection and what kind of rejection it is. Sometimes people need a higher quantity of things. Sometimes people need to have something go under their medical side because they're using breathing medications like nebulizing solutions. And then I check and see if it's an actual FDA indication or off-label indication that's acceptable. Then I make sure you meet criteria. You might be asking, what is criteria? Criteria is what the insurance deems as important clinical aspects of the patient's case that would qualify them to use the medication. Example would be, if you have a fancy injectable med, they want you to use something oral or cheaper first. And then if you fail that, they want to make sure that you meet certain lab values or certain diagnoses for that particular medication. Then I make a decision. I either approve it or I deny it. After that, we send a letter out to the patient and the doctor to let them know what we did with the decision. Some important things to know is we still call doctors. We still talk to patients. We hardly get yelled at, not typically, but we still can, but it's a lot less, which is awesome. We still do get time. CMS requires us to finish a decision within 24 hours if it's urgent. If it's not urgent, then we get 72 hours and we are still open 365 days a year, just like a hospital or institution. And we are still open on holidays. For my schedule, I've only worked Monday through Friday. I haven't worked any weekends and I haven't worked any holidays, which is amazing. I've never used so much clinical knowledge in my life. For example, lichen planus from dermatology, or how about transfusion-dependent hemisiderosis. So that's clinical pharmacist and coverage determination in 2 minutes or less. Help me, Dr. Lee, working from the inner self to the outside world. Don't forget to subscribe and press that bell. And don't forget to message me. That's more important than the subscribe. Let's start a conversation. Well, maybe that's too loud. I'm trying to do this in 2 minutes or less.